Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kat, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some bullet journal tracker ideas for you to use in 2025. So this is part of the series on my channel that I called Bullet Journal 101, where I create a bunch of videos on this playlist that include a lot of ideas for your bullet journal. So if you have been following my channel for a while, you know that I post monthly setups of my own bullet journal, and I also create these extra videos for you to have even more ideas for your bullet journal, so you're not really watching the same layouts and same pages over and over again from the same bullet journal creators. In this video, I'm going to include tracker ideas for your bullet journal. These can be used in your yearly collections at the beginning of your journal and at the beginning of the year, like a yearly collection, or it can be done in a monthly basis. So it's a page that you can include every single month of the year. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me some more video ideas in the comments that you would like to see from me, and I will leave the Bullet Journal 101 playlist in the description below. In this video, I'm gonna go through my past bullet journals and my current ones, so you can see the trackers that I have for you, and you can also see the themes that I did, so you can have also theme ideas for your bullet journal. So the first tracker idea that I have for you is the daily highlights, and this is from my April theme for 2019. This page is a page that I don't do every so often. I'm not like a person that likes to write in their bullet journal a lot and do a lot of gratitude in their journal. So this is a page that I do often, like maybe in 2 or 3 months out of the year, not that frequent. But the daily highlights page is basically a gratitude log where you have the days of the month on the left and you have some space on the right to write what you're grateful for or your highlight of the day. I highly recommend you to try a gratitude log at least in 1 month of your life, where you just sit down every day in the morning or at night and you just write what you're grateful for the day. Or try a daily highlights page. This works better for me because it's not forcing me to be grateful for something, it's just to write my highlight of the day. And every day is different, and some days are more boring than others, but if you have a highlight for that day, you can write it in here. I don't do a lot of gratitude log pages. I prefer to do daily highlights because it's more flexible and it allows me to just write things here that are my highlight of the day. But you can transform this daily highlights page into a gratitude log pretty easily. You just sit down and write what you're grateful for the day, and it's a good tracker to have in your bullet journal. Another page that I find extremely useful is a brain dump page. This page is really good if you have a lot of ideas in your mind and you don't know how to organize them, or you don't really have a structure for them or a simple space for them. This is what a brain dump is for. And I use the brain dump a lot in past years. Now I currently have a brain dump, but it's different. It's just not in my bullet journal. It's more in Notion. But if you need a space to put on your ideas and to just clear your mind, a brain dump in your bullet journal can save lives. And I actually have a video dedicated to what is a brain dump and how to use it if you're interested in it. But it's basically a blank page where you just put on your ideas. So here I have what is on your mind, and I normally just write things here that are completely random. They don't need a title, they don't need a structure. You just dump things here. That's what it's called, a brain dump. And on this side, I personally like to do just a to-do list of the things that I have to do to better organize myself. You don't need to do separate lists. You can just dump your ideas and everything that is on your mind into your bullet journal, but I prefer to just separate the things and have ideas on one side and my future to-do list or how I'm going to organize everything on the right side. This is how I organize my brain dump. Moving on to a more popular tracker, I wanted to share with you the sleep log tracker. So this tracker is really popular in the bullet journal community. A lot of people have done it and some people swear by it. I used to do this when I was working shifts at my job. Nowadays, I don't really need a sleep log because my sleep hours are pretty great. And I just wanted to share with you a sleep log from someone who worked shifts and how I used it. So because I was working the night shift, as you can see, I did 5 days on this month where I worked the night shift. It was crucial for me to track my sleep and to organize myself on how I'm going to sleep and how many hours I slept and when. Because when I started shifts, it was really complicated for me to understand when it was the best time to sleep. So I really had to do a sleep tracker to organize my sleep, basically. And this also really brings back memories, to be honest, but it also helps me understand how my sleep was being logged in my bullet journal. And if I ever need to do night shifts again, this is a great page to throw back to. And I highly recommend this page if you have problems sleeping and you want to track your sleep hours and if you're sleeping 8 hours, because this is going to be a lifesaver and you're just going to have a place where you have your hours logged in your bullet journal. There's a lot of apps that do the same thing, but I feel like writing down on paper is much better. And staying in the theme of health, I also wanted to show you my big health tracker that I did for September 2020. This tracker is basically a habit tracker, but as you can see, it has a lot of things. And some of these things are just normal habits like stretching and yoga, working out, journaling, taking vitamins, read. But I also included here extra things that you don't usually see on a habit tracker. And that's why I call this a health tracker, and it's so big. I included here the days that I didn't do something. So the days that I didn't drink coffee or had junk food. And I also included a tracker for my blood pressure. So I was not measuring my blood pressure every day, but when I did, I made sure to write it down here. And nowadays, which is really funny, I'm still measuring my blood pressure pretty much every day just because of other reasons. But I don't have a tracker for that, but maybe something that I want to start including in my bullet journal. But this is really good because, as you can see, I also have here the hours that I slept. For this month, I didn't have a sleep log, but I had the sleep hours here and I could track how many hours I slept. So this is a great tracker to have if you want to track a lot of things, not really related to habits, but just a lot of things, and you put them all on a table. This is a great habit tracker to have. Moving on to 2021, I wanted to share with you this anime tracker that I created in 2021. So at this time, I was really into anime because of the pandemic, and I wanted a place to track where I was watching the animes and what episode I was in. Just because where I was watching them, it didn't have like a tracker thing on it, so I had to track the episodes that I was watching myself, and I created an anime tracker. In this tracker, you just have the animes here and the number of episodes on the side. And I was just coloring them in as I was watching them. And this is a little bit unupdated. This is not updated at all, and we currently don't have an anime tracker, but it's a fun page to have if you want to track your animes and if you want to have a quick memory of what animes you were watching back in the day. So I really like this page. I like going back into and seeing the animes that I was watching in 2021, and it's a fun tracker to have in your bullet journal and an idea for 2025. Still in 2021, I wanted to share a tracker that I did once in my entire life of bullet journaling that I just never repeated because it just didn't really work out for me, but you might enjoy it, which is the weekly goals yearly tracker. So in this tracker, you have the different habits here, and each square is a week for, in this case, the last 6 months of the year. And this was basically for me to track something on a weekly basis. So for example, you can see in this tracker, which is the milestone hit, that I hit a milestone this week, and this week, and that I did a reset and detox on these 3 weeks of the month. And this was separated by July, August, September, October, November, and December. And this tracker helped me a little bit when it comes to like seeing my habits on a weekly view, but I actually didn't enjoy using it until the end of the year, so I only did 2 months. But if you're looking for a layout for a page, for a tracker that you just want to track on a weekly basis, this is a good tracker that I did and a layout for you to try. So this didn't really work out for me, but maybe it works out for you. And still on the tracker for work layouts, I have this mood and work tracker that I also did when I was working the night shift. Basically, this tracker, and it was really funny to me to use the little notebook therapy washi tapes for the little trackers. But in this tracker, I was tracking my mood at the top and my work performance at the bottom. So I basically had the little tracker here for the mood, and here you have the legend with the smiley faces. The longer the strip, the better the mood was. And here I have the work tracker with a scale from 1 to 10, and the bigger the bar, the better my performance was. This was a really fun tracker to have. I really like to track things like this in my bullet journal. Nowadays, I don't really have the need for it, but if you ever want to track like your sleep performance with your work performance, this is a great tracker to have because it's 2 trackers into one graph, if that makes sense, and I feel like it really looks fun on the page. So this is another tracker for you to try in 2025. And moving on into October 2021, I created this Let's Get Spooky tracker back in the days for Halloween, and I'm actually taking inspiration from my own bullet journal for my Halloween theme in October. And because October is almost here and we have to plan our bullet journals for that, I decided to include this page in here. So this is a page where you include all the movies that you want to watch throughout Halloween, and I would just put here the date and the rate of the movie. This is highly unupdated because I've already watched all of these, but back in 2021 I've only watched 2 during Halloween because I didn't have a lot of time, but I really want to make spooky pages like this for my October bullet journal theme. So this is a great idea for you to try, and you can even do this with some like horror series, or put the rate and the date in here and who you watched it, and movies that you want to watch at home or at the cinema. There are a couple of movies coming out this year that I'm really excited about, so we might do a page like this for my October theme. But if you're into spooky stuff, this is a great page to try, or with any movie, to be honest. So now I'm going to move on to my 2022 bullet journal, and I did a lot of pages in this notebook, but the one that I wanted to show you is this one, the to check out page. This is a page that I did for I think 2 years in a row in my bullet journals, and it's basically a page where you write all the different categories of things that you want to check out, and you write here the things that you want to check out. So for me, were mainly movies, TV shows, animes, and different music that I wanted to check out. In my case, it was basically K-pop. I wanted to check out K-pop in general and other bands that I wanted to listen to. So this is a page that I did, but I also did one time a page that was 2 pages for the things to check out, and I had movies, TV shows, animes, and like books, I think. So there's a lot of things that if you want a database of the things I want to check out, this page is mainly for that. Now I currently do that digitally, but if I'm creating a bullet journal for someone else or starting a new year, I might start with this page as well, because it's really fun to see the things that you want to check out throughout the year and checking them out as you check them out. Now we move on to January, and this was one of my most minimal themes that I did, but I wanted to show you my workout habit tracker. So this was when I started doing very simple themes, but I wanted a tracker in my bullet journal that would include the workout that I was doing, the time when I did it, and my mood and notes for the day. This really helped me with my workout schedule and what I was doing and how I was feeling, and the time that it was better for me to work out. Nowadays, this doesn't look like my workout schedule at all. At this time, I was just doing like the clothing YouTube videos with my best friend, and I was just like learning about exercising. So I was pretty new to it, but having a page to just write my workout, the time that I did a workout, and any notes or why I didn't do a workout really helped me. So if you're new to working out and you want a spread in your bullet journal for that, this one is pretty simple to set up and it has all the information that you need. Now we move on to April, and in April I kept things pretty simple as well, but I created this work and study tracker. It's similar to the sleep log with the work and mood tracker that I just showed you, but in this one you actually have the hours that you work and the hours that you study. And at the time I was studying while I was at work, so it was a bit hard for me to manage my time. So with this tracker I was able to see how many hours I would work and how many hours I could study. for my IT certification, and it kind of helped me to balance my time. And I was able to see that most of the days that I worked, I also studied, and on the other days that it was resting days, I studied just a little bit. And the hours are here on the side, and below here are the days. This is a tracker that I used for when I studied while at work. It's just a really good tracker to have to track your hours in your bullet journal. Again, these trackers are really customizable and you can do them however you want. For me at the time, it made sense to do a work and study tracker, and this is what it looks like. Next, in my second bullet journal for 2022, I have the other half of my year in pixels spread. So I started this page on the past notebook that I just... So I started this page on the last notebook that I just showed you, but it only had 6 months. And then once I created this one, I migrated all the year in pixels spread into this one. Let me just show you how it looks, how filled in. It's right here. So I basically copied the key on this year in pixels and I transferred it into here, and I continued with the rest of the year. And I changed the color palette a little bit because for me it made more sense to have a rainbow color palette instead of just blues. So that's what I did. And this spread is mostly for you to track your mood every day for the entire year. You can have a mood tracker in your monthly pages in your bullet journal, but at this time I was not feeling doing mood trackers. So I was like, how can I do this in a yearly basis instead of just having a mood tracker for every single month? I came up with the year in pixels page on Pinterest, and I searched for like a yearly mood tracker and this appeared, and it was really fun to track. I no longer do these, but it's really fun to see that the majority of my year was like good. I had some bad days here and there, and I also decided to track here when I cried and when I was anxious, just because it made sense at the time. And you can track anything that you want with colors and symbols, and you just have the color key here on the side. And it's a really great page to have if you think that you'd like to track how your year is going to look like. So I highly recommend this one. It's really funny to fill in throughout the year, and it's really fun to look at the end of the year. Now we come into 2024, and one of the pages that I wanted to show you is my memories page for June. I did this page because we got married in June and my birthday was in June, but I highly recommend you to have a memories page like this in your bullet journal, just because memories last forever, and your bullet journal is literally a record of your life for 6 months or a year, depending on how you use your bullet journal. And I was really happy that I did a memories page, and I still have a memories page here in the beginning. Let me just flip it through right here. I still have this memory page here, and I'm just going to talk about it in a second, but this one is just for the month of June. And if you are someone who prefers to do monthly memories, this is the way to go. And in this layout, you just have a square for each day and you write your memory. And because we got married, I did a collage after that. But if you prefer to have your memories for all the entire months or the entire year in one place, this is the page that I would recommend, because I have the memories here in photo version, and on this side I have all the memories from the month. So if anything happened on a specific month, I would write it down in here, and then the top memory I would print a picture and put on this side. And this is a great way to have all of your memories basically all in one place, even the smallest ones that you still want to remember. So I highly recommend this page for you to try in 2025. And the last page that I have to show you for 2025, it's actually a page that I've been using in my bullet journal, but that I haven't filled out yet because we haven't finished the month. But it's the monthly reset, or when did I last did something page. But in this page you have a table where you write the things on the side that you want to do on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis, and the months on the side, and you basically just track when you last did something. This is a minimal version of that page because I just want to do these things on a monthly basis. So I just added here the months, and it's a little square. But if you want to track a little bit more in depth, you can do this page right here. It's basically the same thing, but you can put here the tasks and then a cross when you did that thing last, and the quantity or the day or when you're supposed to do it again. In here I had the crosses when I did the thing and little dots when I was supposed to do it again, and then I changed the bullet journals and I didn't need this. But this page really helps you to keep track of the things that you don't do daily or weekly, and you just lose track of when you do things. You just create a page like this and it's way easier to track your things, and it helps a lot. So if you're a sucker for productivity and organization, this page is a must-have in your bullet journal for 2025. And those are all the pages that I had for you for this video. I'm going to leave most of my setups in the description box below. Some of them are going to be here in the cards, but I'm going to leave most of them on my description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like these types of videos. Let me know in the comments other videos that you would like to see from my old bullet journals, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!